Hi, I'm Noah, and I roast famous figures. Today is my second video on Vice President and a man who looks like he tries to get the other guys at the office to come watch him play racquetball, JD Vance. Last year, Vance seemed to suggest that the Trump administration should defy court orders, saying judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. And look, Vance is 100% correct. Judges can't stop Trump from using his legitimate powers. Just the problem is that in order to determine whether something is legitimate power or not, we'll need some sort of umpire or, I don't know, judge. Vance had a confrontational meeting with the president of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, in February, where he falsely accused Zelensky of campaigning with the Democrats and attacked Zelensky for not saying thank you for the US's aid, despite Zelensky starting the conversation by thanking President Trump. This is beyond embarrassing. Obviously, the whole thing is childish and petty, but it's happening within full view of a dangerous dictator. And if President Trump saying it wasn't bad enough, Vladimir Putin probably heard about it too. Vance broke a taboo by meeting with far-right German politician Alice Weidel last year, despite members of Weidel's party having ties to neo-Nazis and Weidel herself engaging in historical revisionism by claiming that Hitler was a communist. That is ridiculous and offensive. Vance and Weidel would never agree with a communist. Vance was sent to Greenland as part of Trump's ongoing obsession with obtaining the territory from Denmark and said, "We can't just ignore the president's desires." That's a terrible justification for naked imperialism and also not true. We can just ignore the president's desires, like Melania has for years. Vance, whose wife and children are Indian, publicly declared his support for a former staffer at the Department of Government Efficiency who resigned after it was revealed that he made racist posts on social media, including "normalize Indian hate," "I was racist before it was cool," and "you could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity." Look, obviously I don't agree with that staffer, but there are risks to marrying outside of your ethnicity. For instance, if you're Usha Vance, you could end up with the most spineless man alive. Vance, who is Catholic, attempted to use the theological concept of ordo amoris to justify mass deportations, but Pope Francis disagreed with that, saying that Christian love is for everyone, including strangers. I'm torn. Obviously I don't agree with Vance, but I'm not sure that I can love everyone, including strangers, because to me, JD Vance is a stranger. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who else to roast, and join me next time when I'll be roasting 7th US President and man who looks like he was kicked out of the opera house he was trying to haunt, Andrew Jackson.